Good morning, good morning. 3 days in a row we've been together and I've really enjoyed it. I've loved chatting to you guys on the posts, in our inboxes, and I have to say a big thank you to those of you who have been sharing your tips and advice too. So thank you so much. And also thank you for those of you who have sent stars. I've set it up so that the stars, any stars collected, will go to my sister's cancer charity, the Neuroendocrine Cancer UK. So thank you for those, and thank you in advance to anyone. I'll give you a shout out if you leave any stars. So big thanks to you guys. Today we're talking about mindset. So as you see me, as you get notified, and as you're hopping on, make sure you say hi in the comments. I like to know that I can see how many are here, but I like to know that I'm not alone. I know you're all singing the R. Kelly song now. No, Michael Jackson. So bad at that. Anyway, say good morning. Let me know where you are logging in from. Hey, Sadia. Hey, Nusha, good to see you. India, wow, hi. Good morning, or afternoon or evening. I'm not sure what time it is there. It's good to have you guys on. Hey, Daz, happy Friday. Darren always brings the energy. He is a student of Entrepreneursity, and I got to be honest, he's one of the main guys. You and Ken are like really rocking it for the guys. You bring such amazing energy, and I'm really grateful to you, mate. And saw you had some great news as well today. I did comment, congratulations on your job. Well done, you. Proud of you, mate. Samantha, good morning from Bath. Bath is my favorite place. Me and my sister used to go there around Christmas time, and it's got like amazing memories for me. So I love going there. My lovely friend Maria's from there as well. Hey, Sheila, not on your walk yet. Come on, girl, get out of the house. Hyper student. I love a bit of hyperactivity, Daz. It's all good. It's fine. Hey, Ramona, good morning. Hey, Cara, you're wearing your jacket on the 24th. Our students have actually got access to these jackets now after they literally bullied me into it. I think it was like 100 and I can't even remember the exact figure now. Something email saying, please can we have a jacket? Please can we have a jacket? I just ordered yours, Cara. Brilliant. Good morning, Des. Good morning. Okay. It's funny talking about this because I've titled it my top 3 mindset go-tos, but I actually want to address that first. But I know that if I said like personal development, good morning, Lise, morning, Sam. If I said personal development, it's not as clear cut for people because mindset is more of, I think, like a marketing term. People understand it. As soon as you say mindset, people are like, oh yeah, I need a better mindset. And it's just more understood by people. So I wanted to start, good morning, Beth. I wanted to start by sharing with you, first of all, how I came across anything to do with mindset. My auntie sent me a YouTube clip. I was having a bit of a rubbish time at work, go home crying all the time. And my auntie sent me a link. It was when Facebook just came out. Well, for me, I just found it like 2008, maybe. And she sent me a YouTube link, and it was like people marching and stuff. And I thought it was something religious. And I thought she was trying to get me to go to church. Not that there's anything wrong with that at all, but I was like, I don't need that. I just need to like get a different job, or, this is just a tough time. And I was just really closed off to anything. So I watched the first minute, I would say, of the video, which was The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. If you haven't watched it, it is a great kind of introduction just into sort of manifesting, definitely being more positive thinking, understanding how things work. It's a great introduction. Anyway, 4 months later, my brother sent me the same link, and I was like, oh, has my auntie sent it to you too? And he was like, no, it's all about a positive mindset. And I remember the second I looked up, the wall was bare brick because my parents were like renovating the house. And I remember the exact second I looked up and thought, mindset, what's that? I had no clue, like absolutely zero idea what they were talking about. I had never done any kind of personal development. The only book I'd ever read, even remotely by that, was like The Rules of Work. Do you remember those books? The Rules of Love, The Rules of Relationships, The Rules of Work. So that was the closest thing I guess I'd ever, and that was more practical. So good morning, Em. I bet it's freezing in Yorkshire this morning. Morning, Shell. Don't worry, you're late, no problem. Morning, Susie. You're all coming in now. Look, you're all like, I'm not missing out on this. I think I'm early as well, by the way. I think I was supposed to do this at 9:30. I've just looked at the time and thought, I think it was 9:30 this morning. Never mind. I've had a really good, productive, magical morning. Okay, so that was my first kind of introduction. When my brother said it's to do with mindset, I thought I'll give it some time to watch it. And I remember watching it and thinking, I could see how people would think this is easy, but I bet this is a lot of work. So at that point, I recognized straight away, like, it's not just as easy as like thinking positively and then everything changes. And so what I did is I watched The Secret and I'm not exaggerating. I'm not like trying to have an impact on you. I am telling you, I watched that video every single morning without fail for 18 months. Every single morning. And it took me time. I found it exhausting initially to monitor my thoughts. I was like, God, I didn't realize I was so negative. But as I started to change things around, I really did see massive, massive changes in my life. In fact, everything changed at that point. I applied to be a police officer. I got accepted into Manchester Police. I even did a vision board with that acceptance on there. I wrote a letter. I even posted it to myself and got it in the post. My mum was like, dead chef, like, you've got in. I'm like, Mum, I haven't even had an interview. How have I got in? But I had sent the letter to myself, typed it up, put the GMP badge on it. I did everything. And it all happened. I didn't stop there. I continued. I really wanted to go into like different units within the police, but I did not want to do like 2 years on the beat. We call it response. So I didn't want to do that. I really wanted to go into like a drug squad and like these specialized squads. That's exactly what happened. I definitely was like within my probation. Maybe I've been in like a year or something, including my training, and I got moved off to different squads, and everything that I put on there, everything that I had focused on, everything that, I was taking actions to get happened. So I don't kind of drum down The Secret or mindset, but that is really kind of general marketing term. And I want to give you two definitions. The definition of mindset is a set of attitudes held by someone. As simple as that. It's a set of attitudes held by someone. But for me, mindset, really, what we're talking about when we talk about it is actually personal development. It's personal development. When I'm talking to people, not years ago, but now, when I've worked on mindset, I've worked on personal development, I understand it's a lifelong process. I can clearly see the difference. I mean, like 1,000,000% see the difference between people who like know about mindset, they think it's positive thinking, but deep rooted, their belief system, it is unchanged. And so there's this constant battle all of the time. I know it because when I talk to people and maybe I give them solutions, they come back with a reason which is completely valid to them because that is inherently deep down their belief system. A reason to them why like that's not true, or why that can't happen for them, or why it's not possible. And it's not your fault because, I always say you don't know until you know. And how can you know until you know? So it's all about finding out. Actually, within Entrepreneursity, we have something that I'm working on right now, which is unreal. I always think personal development can be a very personal thing. Makes sense? And so this is going to cater for everybody. And I'm really, really excited to share it with everyone. So personal development, this is the definition. I'm going to look down, I had to write it down. A lifelong process. That's how it started. And I thought, yeah, that's it. Because I got a good mindset, but it didn't always last. I think it was about 3 years. And then I started going into bad habits. You're around negativity all the time in the police. You get into that zone of like, kind of like, oh, another job like this. Oh, I mean, it's just a norm. Any police officer will tell you the same. It's difficult. And then I changed it around again. I recognized it, started working on it, started moving forward again. But personal development, back to the definition, a lifelong process, a way for people to access their skills. I'm going to go back to that access. Their skills, capabilities, and potential to consider their aims in life and set goals in order to achieve them. So let me say that again to you. Personal development is a lifelong process, a way for people to access their skills, capabilities, and potential to consider their aims in life and set goals in order to achieve them. That's totally different to a set of attitudes held by someone. A set of attitudes held by someone isn't necessarily going to be the thing that kind of partners up with you through life and takes you through the challenges and the tough times. But if you understand personal development and you understand that it's a lifelong process and that it's a way for people to access, do you see access? Not learn their skills or capabilities or potential. It's access their skills, their capability and potential. That's completely different. Access suggests that you already know them inside. But sometimes, we're not developed enough personally to be able to know what those skills are that we already hold and that we can develop even more. We don't know what our capabilities are because we have this vision or this block out of like, that's not for me, that will happen to me, that's my background. Things like that don't happen to people like me, and all these kind of beliefs that really, they're like really deep rooted. Talked to a couple of people in the last couple of weeks that have, it actually put me into action for doing this for the students that we're going to be bringing to them in December, because it made me realize like, wow, this is so deep rooted. This is not just this is how you think positively, and this is how you set goals, and this is how, you can do a vision board, and it's so much more deep rooted than that. And it really is about using personal development to dig deep, to find out what it is that kind of blocks you from doing that. What are your challenges? Why can you do it for maybe like a couple of days and then you fall into the bad habits again of, not personally developing and not keeping on learning and not keeping on growing as a person? And so it's a big passion of mine, because I've seen the ups and the downs from it. I've seen the ups when I adopted the practices. I was really, really deep into personal development. And then when maybe I got a bit cocky and thought like, oh, well, I've done it. Like I'm a positive person. Good things happen. I attract good things. I attract opportunities. And I just kind of took it for granted. And what happened was I stopped learning. And because I stopped learning, that whole definition of personal development, a lifelong process, like that's the first thing. And I had stopped. So you always need to be developing personally in order for personal development to really kind of step out to you and make a difference in your life. So 3 things that I would recommend right now. Those bloody blocks, I know, Jan. A couple of things that I'm doing, which I am finding really helpful, but bearing in mind I've done a lot of deep-rooted work. So I have worked with a professional, I talk about Graham all of the time, who helped me dig so much deeper into like me really, and like why I react in certain ways. I mentioned this yesterday, I think, why I react in certain ways, why certain things upset me, why I have like certain reactions to certain things. And I'm always questioning myself, and I'm always wanting to grow. I know some people aren't open to that, or they say they are, but they're actually not. But I really am like quite fascinated by it. And I'm interested on kind of unwinding things and figuring out like, why do I have that belief? Like, what is my problem with that? Yeah, Lou, he's amazing. And yeah, so all of those things. Anyway, let me give you 3 things. Firstly, I'll give you 6 things. So I'll give you 3 things that have really helped, and then 3 things that I'm kind of consuming that help me all the time. So the first thing is I found this girl on YouTube, a woman called Lavender. And she does like these affirmations. I really like her voice. You might not. You've got to find someone's voice that doesn't annoy the shit out of you, because this is a lifelong process of doing, different things. You don't have to do affirmations if it doesn't help. If you want to sit and write them out in a book, or if it doesn't help you at all, pick something else. There are such a buffet spread of things you can do for personal development. And if one thing like doesn't sit right with you or doesn't feel good, don't do it. Do the things that feel good, not the things that feel comfortable, but inwardly that they feel good. So Lavender, I've been listening to her affirmations, which I love. You can do a meditation as well. She's got loads of different things like that. So I really like her channel on YouTube. The second thing I talked about yesterday, I think, was the perfect, or maybe it was day one, actually, maybe it was Tuesday, the perfect day. So writing out your perfect day in terms of like how you feel. So let me give you an example. So I might say like, I wake up at 5 a.m. full of energy, feeling is important, not just doing, I get out of bed, I brush my teeth, like feeling energized and excited for the day ahead. I feel really loved or whatever. And this is important to me because this is about self-care. So I'm like, I do my skincare routine. I go into my bathroom, I do my skincare routine. I look at the view of the sea. So this was part of my perfect life day because it's being sorted soon. This is part of my perfect day way before I even thought I would move to Spain. I didn't know where I would get the view of the sea. I actually just thought this will be just good for meditation because it'll calm me down. I also had a picture, and those who were in my membership group before the Impact Academy will know, because I had a screensaver on my screen, and when I was sharing my screen, they were like, "What's that, Em?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's just a view. I find it really peaceful. You know, I might want to move abroad again. I don't know." And I was like wondering, and literally the seat and the view that was on my screensaver that I had there, that I looked at for over 12 months, is mentally the exact same that we're moving into. I mean, it's the exact same view. And the seat, one of those egg seats. I'm like, that is mental. I didn't realize till I came home and switched my computer on, and I was like, oh, crazy. So the perfect day, writing it out, and the feelings are really important, literally into how many hours you work, what you do in that work, how it makes you feel, how your relationships are, who you see in your day, who you spend your time with, how are your kids, how are they feeling, are they flourishing, and are they thriving? And, you know, get really flipping specific. And I read that every single day. And probably once a month, once every 6 weeks, I'll rewrite my perfect day out, because sometimes bits change. And so I'll rewrite it out again. So first thing is that affirmation. Second thing is the perfect day. The third thing is a visual. So I've given you a little bit of an example, like my screensaver is that. I've now got a different one. If I could share my screen, I would. It's a different kind of villa and everything. And visuals in terms of a vision board, if there are things that you want, if there are relationships you want to grow, like stick images on, because when they go in, it's a bit like a mind kind of visualization, that when your mind sees things, it will go about trying to seek these things out and make them happen. That's just how we work physically. You can't stop that, but whether you're open enough to see the opportunities and see the things that will lead to it is another thing. Let me know in the comments if you've had any kind of light bulb moments, or if you had any like ahas. You can use the light bulb emoji or just put aha, because I think personal development mindset is something that's so personal to everyone. I mean, some things will hit home and some things won't. So even if you're watching on the replay, I want to know if there's light bulb or if there's aha moments, and do share what they are. Like, if you'd like to go deeper into certain things, let us know. Type in the comments like what they are. Like, I really want to go deeper into that perfect day. Or like, I really don't know about affirmations, or what the hell is this positive thinking stuff, or what is personal development? All that, you can ask anything. So that's a visual. So those first three. Now, the three things that I'm consuming right now, the first one is Joe Dispenza, his book, Becoming Supernatural. That is based around, it's so deep. I started reading the book, then I went to the audio thinking, oh, this is heavy. I'll go to the audio. That, like, I had to listen to things like 3 times over, and then I went back to the book. So I'm like hovering around it, but I'm doing the meditations and they're amazing. And so I'm trying to get into that. I just found, day before yesterday, a place near me, actually. I've not been there yet, so I won't tell you what it is. I'll go and check it out. But they have like meditation booths. It's like a healing hub. And they have meditation booths. They have infrared saunas. They have infrared yoga and this stuff. So I'm like, oh, I'll tell you when I go and let you know what it is. What was his name again? Joe Dispenza, Dispenza. It's called Becoming Supernatural. Kim, it is a book for you. It's a book for everyone. Everyone should read it. It's unreal. He was the guy that me and my sister absolutely loved. And he basically says that, your mind alone can bring about illness. And if it can bring about illness, then it can also heal. And there are so many examples of this happening. They're just so, so inspiring. And it makes us realize like we've really kind of disconnected with ourselves. Lives are busy and we don't have that, connection. And this is all about getting that back. And it's absolutely brilliant. And so much more than that, but that's basically a slimmed down version. The second thing is I love the book Manifest by Roxy Nafousi. So if you're like kind of new to mindset or personal development, and you don't get this whole like, I don't know what they want about, how do you attract things? It's a really good place to start. It's not very like deep. It explains it in a really simple way. And I think it's like a good thing if you've got teenage kids. I will be buying it them for Christmas. I think it's a really great book. I really like it. Not deep, not a hard read. It's a really simple read. It's really great. I like it. Roxy Nafousi, Nafousi, I think. And then for me, anything with Tony Robbins, I absolutely love. So I just go on YouTube for that. I've got his books as well, but most of the time, if I'm doing something or I'm just in the car, I'll stick on something of his, as well as podcasts that I'm really into as well. So those are the three things and the three things. So you got 6. There we go. I've over-delivered. I'm really interested to find out how many of you have realized the difference between like mindset and personal development. Jim Rohn, I love Jim Rohn. Mindset and personal development. Very strictly. Mindset and personal development, total difference. So there's a shift right there for a lot of you. You're like, oh yeah, I get it. Mindset, I'm so up and down, but personal development, that's different, lifelong process. I'm really excited to be bringing what we're going to be bringing into Entrepreneursity. I think it's going to be just such a massive, I know it's going to be valuable on another level of valuable. And it's going to be huge for our students. Now, the doors are closed at the moment, but I have put the link in the title of the waiting list. So there will only be a short period that our doors will be open for the next load of students to enroll. It's not any time-sensitive curriculums or courses. You can do things at your own pace completely, and you don't just have access to that. You'll also have access to Ask Me Anything sessions with Michelle and I. You have access to other group experts, which I'm really excited about some of those that are coming up as well. You will have access to Q&A sessions and group mentoring sessions. So there's all of those. So join the waiting list if you're not already part of it. Yeah, Tony Robbins does have a really deep, strong voice. You've got to find someone that you like to listen to. If someone like rubs you up the wrong way, you don't like the accent or the thing, it can really change your learning experience. So there's loads of people out there. Find somebody that you like. Right. I will let you guys go and have a wonderful, wonderful day. If you've enjoyed it, if you think that anyone else can benefit, pop a share, if you will. And I'm excited to come back to you next week with some more lives. I've got some interesting things to talk about, I think you'll find. So I will see you guys then.